Version number 1, practice, no script, I'm just winging it. Calvary Chapel Cheyenne has existed as a church for 20 plus years now. We're actually one church in 3 locations. A few years ago, we bought the Harriman Retreat Center and planted a church out there, Harriman Chapel. And just recently, we've started a second Calvary in Cheyenne called Calvary South, and they meet at Afflaba Elementary School. When we look at the church, we try to discover why we exist. We believe we have to start with the individual Christian who goes to the church. That as Christians we have one purpose in our life, and that is to glorify God. We find that in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, as well as a number of other verses. For me, I like to define that as the simplest way that you can love God, to glorify God, is to love Him in all that you do, and to love others as well. And so for Christians, we glorify God by loving Him and loving others. When we all gather together as the church, though, we find in Acts chapter 2, verse 42, that the believers would gather together to glorify God in love by devoting themselves to teaching, fellowship, breaking bread, and prayer. So we see ourselves as a church trying to accomplish those 4 things, whether it's teaching the word verse by verse or teaching in a small group, fellowship and sharing our lives together, or sharing meals together by breaking bread, and of course all of that filled with worship and prayer. To accomplish this and to move forward as a church, we look at our church as a funnel of people, that we're bringing people in by winning them to Jesus Christ. As we win them to Jesus Christ in the church, we're trying to disciple them or train them up so that they then would have the skills necessary and the growth necessary to glorify God better with their life, but also so that we can send them back out into the world to win more people to Jesus Christ, so that we can glorify God in all that we do and say and continue to grow the number of those who are glorifying God with us, not for the benefit of our church, but for the benefit of our Savior Jesus Christ and the body of Jesus Christ, His church. The end.